Hey, good morning. Happy Monday morning. Bam. Another Monday. Hey, thanks for being here this morning. I want to give you a quick word today. Hey, are you extrinsically motivated? Oh, snap. Look at the mirror. Are you extrinsically motivated or intrinsically motivated? In other words, does something external have to motivate you to action, or does something internally motivate you to act? It's a good question. Something for you to think about today. So many people are externally motivated. Now, there's not really anything wrong with that most of the time. Like you got, let's say, music to motivate you in the weight room, or you listen to motivational speeches, or you read motivational books, inspirational books. Obviously, I like to speak and I like to write, so I think you should do that kind of stuff. But, coming from somebody who writes books and wants to sell books and wants to speak at a lot of live places, you need to know that it comes down to, what up? Too many of us are so worried about the external things. You need to start, at some point you have to cross over from being externally motivated to internally, from being motivated by the extrinsic things and begin to be motivated by the intrinsic things, like internally. You got to motivate yourself. And this, man, if I had one message to young people, to like teenagers, middle school even, high school, college age, and even young 20s, where I would still consider myself a young 20 even though I'm 28, but whatever. Even like my age, the one message, self-discipline. Self-discipline. Because here's what happens. If you're only making A's in middle school and high school because your parents are going to pay you if you get an A, at some point that's okay because they're motivating you to get an A. Like, it works. You're getting A's. That's okay. It's working. But somewhere along that journey of them paying you to get A's, you need to switch your mindset from externally to internally, because it's very dangerous if you're only relying on the external things and then the external thing goes away. That's when life can be dangerous. That's why so many college kids get to college and they go, wow. It's because they've been motivated externally. For instance, get all A's. They've been motivated by their parents. Get all A's and I'll give you $100 for every A you get. Bam, $400. Bam, I get $20 every time I get an A. I don't know what it is, but if you get paid, again, it's okay, but at a certain point, you need to switch from whether or not I get paid, I want to get A's because A's are good, right? At some point, it's got to switch. In sports, most people who are on a high school sports team are motivated externally by their coach. So they get out there and they do their drills and they run and they lift weights and they do all the things they need to stay in shape, top shape for their sport, which is good. They win state championships. They get scholarships. All these things are great, whatever. But at some point, it has to shift to self-discipline, because you get to the next level, you get to college, and that external thing, that coach that was driving you goes away, what happens now? Right? And so my message for you today is begin to take a look at yourself and say, am I motivated more by the external things than the internal things? Again, don't go to your parents and say, quit paying me for my A's. If you're a young person, if you're a parent, maybe you want to reevaluate how you handle that. But at the end of the day, you got to look at yourself in the mirror, right? You got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, what am I doing to better myself? Like, I don't want to just rely on the external things to better me. All right? At some point, they're a good thing, right? Like, read my books, okay? I'm not telling you not to do that. Listen to my messages. and listen to other messages. Read other books. I'm not telling you not to do that. But at some point, you have to flip the switch from, and I feel in a book coming on that, right? Flip the switch from you drive me to I need to find internal drive, right? Okay, listen, let me preach for a second, and then I really need to go. Same with the church world. Same with spiritual things. So many people at a young age are driven externally by pastors and youth pastors and even parents spiritually, which is good. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he won't depart from it. Problem is, they never flip the switch to, I got to train myself up now. I've got to get in the Word myself and not only rely on mom and daddy to read it to me, not only rely on the pastor and youth pastor to give it to me. At some point, I've got to stop feeding on everybody else's stuff. And I've got to start studying myself. I've got to take ownership of it. I've got to stay self-disciplined, right? And so, anyway, if you're a parent watching this, think through that. How am I going to help my teenagers, right? How am I going to, and if you're a parent like I am of a 2-year-old, how am I going to, when the time is right, how am I going to externally motivate them and encourage them? And then how am I going to teach them to to flip the switch so they begin being intrinsically motivated and not so focused on, because I spanked them. I want my little man, I don't want to have to spank him for him to do right? But he's young right now, so he has to be externally motivated. At some point, I want him to say, I want to do right because right is right? Hey guys, thanks for being here today. Go back, if you're just coming on, go back and watch this. I think it's a good one. And it's not just because I said it. I just think it's something this generation needs. So many people are motivated by the external things and external people that they never take ownership of themselves and take intrinsic motivation. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here, Austin and Clint. Appreciate you guys. Let's see who else came on right there. Dustin, what up, dude? And Adam, appreciate it. Benji, thanks for being here, man, as always. Sam, Ethan, thanks, guys. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.